Today, we are uncapping the story of a brand you have almost certainly seen everywhere, Tiger Beer. We're going to look at how a single brewery, born right in the middle of the Great Depression, strategically grew into a billion-dollar regional powerhouse. It's a fascinating tale, so let's get right into it. Yeah, that one. Whether you're at a hawker center in Singapore, a pub in London, or even a bar in New York City, that label is just unmistakable. Tiger Beer has become this global symbol of Asian quality and confidence. Well, it's so much more than just a beer. It's a story about ambition, about a really smart partnership, and some perfectly timed expansion that stretches back nearly 100 years. So, how did this whole journey even begin? Okay, let's rewind the clock all the way back to the 1930s. The world is in the grip of the Great Depression, probably the worst time you could think of to start a new business. But right then, two very different companies saw a huge opportunity and decided, you know what? Let's join forces. This partnership was a masterclass in synergy. I mean, it was perfect. On one side, you had Fraser and Neave, this Singaporean soft drink giant with a distribution network across the region that was just unbeatable. And on the other side, the legendary Dutch brewer Heineken, bringing centuries of technical know-how. It was a fusion of local muscle and world-class brewing brands. So, together in 1931, they formed a brand new company, Malayan Breweries. And just 1 year later, they launched their very first product, a beer specifically brewed for the tropical heat, a beer that would pretty soon become a national icon. And boy, they did not waste any time. Tiger Beer was an instant hit. The company moved fast to really consolidate its power, snapping up the popular Anchor beer brand in 1941. And by 1958, they were already making their first international move, buying a brewery in Papua New Guinea. They were building a super strong foundation, one brewery at a time. Now, let's fast forward to the 80s. The company decided it was time to give Tiger a serious upgrade. They poured a ton of money into advertising, crafting this sophisticated image that positioned Tiger not just as a local beer, but as a world-class premium brand. And it worked. It started winning awards way beyond Singapore's shores. This decade was absolutely crucial for locking down their home turf. They started brewing Heineken for the local market, and this is the big one. They opened a highly automated state-of-the-art brewery in Tuas. This wasn't just about making more beer. It was about creating a blueprint for all of their future success. So by the start of the 1990s, the company was totally dominant at home. But that success actually created a new kind of problem. They were heavily, you could even say dangerously, reliant on just two markets, Singapore and Malaysia. It was time for a really bold new strategy. The numbers made the problem crystal clear. A staggering 75% of the company's profits came from just those two countries. To secure its future, the Tiger had to learn how to hunt in new territory. It needed to expand, and it needed to do it fast. And this is where the visionary CEO, Koh Po Tiong, comes in. He had this great analogy. He compared their strategy to a boxing match. He said, instead of trying to take on heavyweight brands in Europe or the US, they would focus on becoming the undisputed champion of their own region, the Asia Pacific. Their plan was simple, but it was incredibly powerful. It had three key parts. First, a new name to signal their new ambition, Asia Pacific Breweries, or APB for short. Second, a laser focus on the fast-growing economies right in their backyard. And third, they would take that super-efficient Tuas facility and use it as a model to build new breweries quickly and effectively all over the region. With that strategy set, APB launched one of the most aggressive and successful regional expansions the industry had ever seen. I mean, they moved with incredible speed. Their first big move was into Vietnam. They were one of the first foreign brewers to get into the market after its economic reforms, which gave them a crucial first-mover advantage. In that exact same year, they also headed south, grabbing a major stake in New Zealand's DB Group. Now, this wasn't an emerging market, but it was a smart, strategic play to get a strong foothold in a developed one. And then came the big one, China. They saw its immense potential really early on, setting up a presence that would position them for huge growth in what was about to become the world's second largest beer market. In Cambodia, their strategy paid off like you wouldn't believe. After entering in 1990, they captured an incredible 60% of the market in just 5 years, and then they cemented that lead by opening a brand new brewery there.
And in 1995, they kept pushing into Indochina, forming a joint venture to build a modern brewery near Yangon in Myanmar. The Tiger was truly on the move.
So what was the result of this whirlwind decade of expansion? Well, the numbers really speak for themselves. That front yard and backyard strategy had been an absolute overwhelming success. By 2002, the company's sales had blown past the $1 billion mark. This was just a testament to their clear vision and their flawless execution, transforming them from a domestic player into a true regional giant. Think about it. That small company, born during the Great Depression, now had a massive footprint. They were operating in over 8 countries, they were brewing a diverse portfolio of more than 40 different beers, and they had firmly established themselves as a leading force across the entire Asia Pacific. The story of Tiger Beer and Asia Pacific Breweries gives us a pretty powerful answer. It shows that by leveraging your local strengths, by forming smart partnerships, and by having the courage to chase a focused, ambitious vision, a local champion can absolutely take on the world and win. So what should we take away from